Hello and welcome back to the podcast for today. We're going to have a very special episode about what do I do when I hang out with my friends, because that's the topic I got from a random topic generator. So you're probably wondering, what do I do when I hang out with my friends? Yeah, I just clicked the button once. This is what I got. I didn't feel like clicking it a second time because I figured, you know what, I think all these topics are going to be... Move my desk. I think all the topics are just going to be garbage. I think I used a bad generator, but to be honest, I don't hang out with my friends. I don't do that. So I think I'll just talk about what I would do if I hung out with my friends. What would I do? What would we do? I don't know. What people normally do? If I go to their house, they go to my house. I think that's the usual. That's the usual. I'd probably maybe go outside. Unfortunately, it's very snowy here, very cold. I live in Alaska, so it gets pretty cold at this time of year. Yeah, I don't know. What's there to do? Trade Pokemon cards, you know? People do that. If you're 5. Play video games. I think that's about it. You know, destroy them at every video game that I have. Destroy them at every video game they have. Because why not? Yeah, I don't know. What would we do? Eat food. No. Eating food is lame, because then you gotta make the food. Or else the food's already pre-made. In which that's lame, because a lot of the fun of eating food is the cooking part. So if I just do that before they come, that's just boring. So preferably we can make food together. We can make food. That'd be fun. Make some desserts. I like making desserts, don't like eating them, which is a good fit for me and my family. Can make a meal. You know, we could do a lot of things. We could cook some Breaking Bad reference. What is there to do? What's there to do? I don't know what people do when they hang out. Do they just talk? Okay, let's say we talk. We'll talk about what's going on in our life, which shouldn't be too different from each other, because if we're friends anyway, then I think I'll probably know most stuff about them. If they came to my house, I'd probably show my friends all the cool stuff I have, because literally none of my friends have ever come to my house, at least not since there's been big changes to how my house looks. So it's been like a couple years. I'd probably show them around. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. I could explain the stuff in my room for hours at a time. I can talk about explaining it for 30 minutes here on my podcast, but I can especially just show them all the cool stuff. It's not even that cool, all the stuff. Like, there's some cool items. I got a chair I'm sitting on. It looks pretty cool. I got some armrests that I never use because it's a cool little gaming chair. Probably a knockoff, but it feels good. It feels nice. It goes up and down. I'm gonna go down right now. I'm already down. I'm gonna go up then. See, now I'm all the way up. I don't like it up here because at this level, the arms for the chair bump into the top of my desk. So I have to push it down so I don't bump into it. Another thing that I would do, I'd show them all the cool files on my computer. I got a lot of cool things, you know. I have to return this textbook. Not a textbook. I have to return this book that I got. I'm not gonna spoil what I got. That's just spoilers. But yeah, I just talk about what I have and explain it all, you know, show all the video games I got. Even though I have a bunch of video games, I'm really not a gamer at all. I'd like to call myself one, but I don't think I am. I really don't think so. Which is unfortunate because I really seem like a gamer kind of person. I also seem like a kind of person that'd be into anime. I'm not into anime at all. Not into gaming or anime all that much. Even though I seem like a person that would be very much into both. And I thought I would be. But apparently I'm not. So what am I into? I don't know. I'm not into much. I do a lot of different things. Like, I get projects that I work on. I draw pictures a lot, like a lot. Go to school. I'm not an adult, as some of you might believe. Not an adult yet. Might be an adult in the next month or so. But as of right now, I'm still only 12, so I have a lot of growing left to do. What else do I got? What would we do together? How would we hang out? What? I don't know what people do when they hang out. That's the problem. I don't hang out with anyone, so I don't know what there would be to do. Study. We'd probably study for exams. That's lame, though. Why would we do that? I think just, video games. Watching a movie, maybe. Watching movies are fun. I've done that while hanging out before with someone, with people. That sounds like a good thing to do. I don't know. What do people do when they hang out together? I would. Okay, let's say you weren't at my house. If we were at their house, they'd kind of be more in charge of what to do. So, I don't know. I'll just do whatever they feel like. I'll just go with whatever. Because I really don't care. When hanging out with a friend, all I really care about is being with them. That's what matters most, right? I think that's what matters. I'm not a friendship expert, but I probably know more about it than most people. Not to sound pretentious. Actually, no, I know less than most people. I know less about friendships than most, but I know more of the technological aspect of friendships than most. But I know less of like actual friendships than most. So it's kind of a win-lose, more of a lose-win, because I feel like it's worse. But having friends is okay. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing. There's lots good with it, actually. I was gonna say nothing wrong with that, nothing good with it, but there's lots good with it. So can't pretend. Why do I have Microsoft Edge on my desktop? I did not install that. I called dibs out on that one. What do I have? Okay, what would we do if we hung out? Let's say we go for a walk. If we went for a walk, I'd probably discuss all the cool stuff that's around my house. And if they lived here too, then they'd also know the stuff around my house. And we'd be able to relate on that aspect and have an interesting conversation. And if not, well, I can give cool fun facts about things, because I am good at that. I know a lot of fun facts, not on the spot. I do know one fun fact, specifically for being on the spot. Due to changes in local gravity, a pendulum clock at sea level will lose around 16 seconds per day if moved to an altitude of 4,000 feet or more. That is a fun fact that I memorized before I even knew what it meant, but it's pretty simple, though. It just means if a pendulum clock was created at sea level, like a pendulum clock is determined by its swinging, how it swings, and that's just determined by gravity. But the problem is, the farther away you get from the core of the Earth, the gravity changes depending on how far away you are from the core. So if a pendulum clock was made at sea level, and then if you moved to an altitude of 4,000 feet or more, it will lose around 16 seconds every day. As in, it will get slower, that you'll lose 16 seconds. Which is why most pendulum clocks don't actually work at sea level, because they're not made at sea level. They're mostly made higher up, which is why you can't really trust a pendulum clock at sea. So people use other kinds of clocks, which is, I don't know, that's my fun fact that I always have on me. I don't know any jokes. I'm usually known for my jokes. Not known for that. I hope not. But I do think I make enough jokes for everyone. Make enough. But most of my jokes are just situational jokes, right? Like I don't memorize jokes. That's lame. It's more of just situational comedy. Because like I'm in a situation, or they're in a situation, I can make a joke around that. Sometimes someone says something funny and I'm like, oh, I can make something funny based on that. And hopefully not also patronize the person saying it in the process. Because I don't want to insult the person that created the material that I made a joke out of, because that'd be just mean. So I try my best not to be mean to people, because I don't want to be mean. That's not my purpose. I just think that leads into a funny joke. Not that they said something bad, which is a common mistake people make. Well, not people, just some people that I know. If you think you're that person, you're not. You don't know them. I do, but they're the kind of people that would never watch this podcast. So be careful. Yeah, no, they judge people a lot. New topic? Yeah, let's. Projects that I'm working on? None at the moment. I am actually a pretty big lazybones at the moment, so nothing that I'm doing. Oh yeah, hanging out with people. How would I hang out with someone? What would be my number one thing that I want to do with someone? I don't know. What do I like doing with people? Working on something with them? Just hanging out with them. Doing literally anything. I really don't care what it is, as long as we do something together. That's my constitution of hanging out with someone. That's what I want from a hanging out, is just to have fun. And that's literally impossible to fail when I'm hanging out with one of my friends. Because, well, they're my friends, right? How I already like being around them. They're my friends. That's the point. So of course I'm going to enjoy doing whatever we have to do. It's 10 times, it's infinitely more fun because I'm doing it with one of my friends as opposed to doing it alone. Doing things alone isn't that bad though. You just kind of got to adjust to it, right? I'm not alone. I have lots of people that I can talk to. I can talk to people. I'm pretty good at that actually, but not for a good reason. I'm good at talking to people because I do not have social awkwardness. I am a broken person who, let's say I'm thrusted into a social situation. They're like, talk to 10 people. People are always like, oh, what are they going to think of me, right? An introverted person would be, oh no, they're going to judge me when I talk to them. An extroverted person would be like, well, no, I was given a task, idiots. What are they going to do? Shame me for trying to talk to them? I'm supposed to. What I think of is, I don't think of anything, I just do it. The only thing I think of is there something bad that can happen from it? No? Okay, I'll do it. You know? It doesn't hurt me. Might as well, right? Talking to people isn't bad. I don't get social anxiety. Why? Why would I? No, I just think that it's not something that I was able to develop. I'm never anxious. I'm like the least anxious person in the world. I've been anxious like once. No times this year. I haven't been anxious once this year. I have a big exam tomorrow. I don't really care. Instead, I'm recording a podcast episode. So that shows you how I am of a person. I'm a cool person. I'm an awesome person. Would I hang out with myself? Yeah. I'd like to hang out with myself. I think that'd be fun. The old me, like how I used to be when I was like younger, I would not want to hang out with that person. Well, I'd be fine with it, but I think if two of older me's hung out with each other, it would not have gone well because I did not work well with myself. I was very much an independent person back then, and I realized, well, what if there were two of me? That would just be a mess. And it would be a mess, whereas now I'm much more open about things. And I've developed as a person. And yes, the development of who I am now was forced. But the development of who I was then was also forced. It's just now I'm forcing another aspect of myself. Well, I want myself to be the perfect person ever, right? My personality was developed by myself. I chose who I became, right? Like, who am I? I'm not this. I'm just saying things that I think feel right. This is who I am. This is my personality, and what you experience of me is truly me. But I did create that. I created that. I made. I'm sorry. There's a little pause. My apology. But yes, I made what is me. Because when I was younger, I was a much different person. Whereas now I'm even more of a different person, but like I'm a better person now, I like to think, because I kind of control who I am. I did control who I was, and I think that's really strange, especially compared to most other people. Because most people, their personality is based on how they're raised, and then they changed based on that. But I was always kind of had, like, I'm not stupid. I know what I know good properties of humans are. I know what negative properties of people are, and so I just kind of know what I should be, and so I kind of forced myself to be all these things. Like now I'm much more, I'm more extroverted, I think. Even though I feel like a very introverted person, I act more extroverted because I've kind of forced that onto myself. I've forced myself to adopt this kind of characteristic. Am I lying about who I am? No. I lied about it at the beginning, probably, but then I developed it into who I am now, and this is truly who I am. It was just forced onto me by myself. Just like the rest of my personality and my sense of literally anything. How I see things, how I believe things. It was all made by myself. Because, like, without that, I wouldn't be who I am. And I'd just be a much worse person. Anyways, hanging out with people, yay. My favorite thing to do. Such a boring topic, man. These are such boring topics that I get, and they always just spiral into something else. Like today, it just spiraled into a rant of me talking to myself. I'm gonna reach 20 minutes and then I'm gonna quit today, because I want an episode out. Another podcast episode just to keep it going, but it's just gonna be a small one. So, take that, street rat. Anyways, if I were to hang out with someone, what would we do? Literally anything. I really don't care. What would be my number one thing to do with someone while hanging out? Playing a game that we both like together. Probably. Not many games that I like, though, but I'll just play whatever they want, because I'm a good friend. I'll play whatever they want. I'll do whatever they like. Because I'm like the most flexible person ever when it comes to what games I'll play. As long as I can physically access it, yeah, sure, I'll play it with you. I don't care. I'm a good person. I'll do whatever, you know. I'm really open to anything. Yeah, that's what I'd do if I were to hang out with someone. I'd do whatever they want to do. But if we were to do what I wanted to do, then we would just play games, probably. I should probably be studying for my test tomorrow. But I'll do that soon enough. I have like 2 minutes left to go on this thing. So, how you doing today? I always need to ask that question. I always fall back on it because my brain works in a loop. My brain works in code, and that's far from a lie, actually. My brain works in logic. I'm just gonna move one file on my computer real quick. It's the last podcast episode. I'm just moving it. And wait. There we go. And I'm back. So, thoughts on the dinosaurs? I love them. You love them. Who doesn't love the good old dinosaurs? Me. They're decent, but I think they're definitely overrated. If I were to hang out with a dinosaur, it would definitely be the Stegosaurus. Why? What's he gonna do? Can't kill me. I can't kill him. Sounds delicious, and I love to eat him for breakfast. 20 more minutes. How much more minutes? Like 10? Supposed to be, but I'll just do 20. How am I doing? I'm going insane now. My emotions are like the weirdest things ever. They're so hard to explain. You have no idea. Like one of my emotions is just quiet, where I just don't do anything. I have a neutral expression on my face, and I just exist for a bit. Mostly just when I'm at home, it's that. Which if one of my friends saw me at home, it'd probably be really weird to see how I exist. I also exist in like my more normal state, which is like a neutral kind of joking state, where I just joke around a bit and I'm just kind of generally happy appearing, while being optimistic appearing. Well, I'm not actually, but I can pretend to be. Another state I have is just being depressed, which happens a lot, but that's fine. It's just me being upset about literally everything, and I can't really do anything. Another state that I like to be in is me going insane, which is like me in my happy, optimistic state, but like extremetified, like to an extreme, to like the state where I feel like it's the middle of the night and I'm still awake, and I'm just going crazy. I love that feeling. It's the best. Unfortunately, it's probably not the healthiest, so I'm just gonna wrap it up there. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you in quite a while. Actually, I don't really feel like making too many episodes, but whenever I decide to make one next, I'll make one next. I'm not gonna stop making episodes. I'm just gonna make them less often. Because I used to do ones like every day, because that's just how I did them. But now I'll just do whenever I feel like it. So I'll see you next time.